Hey guys, it's Sean here with the Family Outdoors. Today we're out for a very special cause, and that is men's mental health. We're going to partake in the Cook Yourself a Steak challenge here in support of the men's mental health. I'll give you guys my perspective on it and why I believe it's important and the easiest way to understand it for us rock hard bushcrafters out here. Stick around. So we're going to get a fire going. I'm going to just gather a little bit of natural tinder, probably light it with birch bark. Get myself maybe a feather stick to throw on top the bark, and then just our normal spruce twigs, but they're quite wet today, so I think I'll just make a simple feather stick and use that to produce enough heat to dry out the little spruce kindling that I'll be using. And that should produce enough heat to get them to burn good even though they're wet. And then just load our fuel up, and we'll get a fire going so we can get some coals and get our steak cooking here. Very important cause, men's mental health. It's nothing to be taken lightly. We'll get into that topic here as we're cooking our steak. We'll have plenty of time, so let's get some firewood going. You can see the fire pit's really wet. We've been getting a lot of rain, even though it's the middle of winter. It's even raining slightly right now. Alright, hun, we gotta get this birch bark done up so we can get a fire going. Come on, back. Over here. Alright, well you guys might get to watch Izzy's butt here while I do this, because she wants to partake in the video too. She's a real team player, even though she's walking off with all my dry spruce twigs. So, throw that on there. Wood shavings. A little feather stick. Or spruce twigs. Come on, Iz. You're blocking the camera, hun. Everything's really wet, so we can expect a good amount of smoke off the start. That's normal. But, you know what? I encourage anybody in adverse conditions to go out and practice your skills. You need to know how to light fire regardless of the condition, whether it's wet or snowy, rain, dry, it doesn't matter. You need to practice your skills. The only way to get better at them is to go out when the conditions aren't ideal and practice. Okay, so fire's going. what we're gonna do now, just let the fire burn down. I'm gonna sit here, enjoy myself, collect my thoughts. I like to do that when I come out to the woods, so I'll come back to you guys once the fire's died down and we have a nice coal bed. Then we're gonna lay a couple of green sticks down here, put the Expedition Research Grill on it and cook ourselves a steak and start into our topic. Alright, so our coals are almost ready to go. For this, we have brought a nice venison steak. It's a small steak, it's from a deer we harvested this year. I'm going to use the Expedition Research Grill to cook it up over the coals. The coals are almost ready now, so we're going to get that on there and then we'll start in talking about men's mental health. A real nice bed of coals here. It's exactly what we're looking for. A couple of green pieces of wood. Got our Expedition Research Grill, we'll throw across there. It's like so. Take our big old venison steak, slap it on top there. Okay, so men's mental health. Definitely, of all things men could be accused of, being open with their emotional state or what they feel, what's going on with their lives isn't one of them. Now, I've been thinking about this. How could a guy point out the importance of men's mental health and why it's important talk to people, to deal with what you're feeling, and all the rest of the psychological portion that goes along with it. And I decided to relate it to bushcraft and survival, since that's what this channel is about, and we're all on YouTube here. A large part of us greatly understand what it takes to survive or thrive or be in the bush, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to put this spin on it. Most of you have watched survival shows such as Alone, and everybody can agree that the psychological portion of being out there alone is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, reason why people drop out of that challenge or cannot complete it, or that's the reason they ultimately end up leaving. Why? Because mental health is a big thing. It's no different with our personal lives. We all understand it when it comes to survival or playing in the bush, how important the psychological aspect of it is being out there alone. It's no different in real life. You don't want to be going through real life alone either. Everybody needs somebody. You need a friend, you need a spouse maybe, you need somebody that you can connect with on that emotional level, that you trust, that you can talk about what's going on in your life or with you. It's very important. It's very healthy. It should not be something that you feel you have to go through alone, whatever your mental state is in. I mean, we think it's silly to downplay the psychological side of things in survival, so why would we try to downplay it in our real lives? It's a very important thing. We all need help, and we need to lean on each other. We need to support each other, and we need to just be human beings about it. Everybody needs that mental stability where they feel that they can reach out when they need to. And so that's my take on the men's mental health, and the way I choose to put a spin on it, to hopefully help people understand that it is normal, it is comfortable, it is not weak to reach out for help or to have somebody aid you. It's a very normal thing. We understand it in survival. Real life is survival. Let's be honest. It's no different. You're just trying to get by and make a living for yourself, and so the real life aspect of it doesn't change it either. That you need that emotional and psychological stability. And the best way to achieve that is by being open and talking and communicating, whether through challenges such as this on YouTube, or you know, having a relationship in that manner with your spouse that you can talk to them, or you know, a co-worker, a friend, family, anybody. You just got to be able to communicate. It's all about communication. It's you know, it's nothing to shy away from or be embarrassed of or worried about. We better check on the steak here. Subpar filming at best, hey? He's sticking to the grill a little bit. That's normal. I don't know if you guys can see that too well. I'll do some more subpar zooming in here. Beautiful piece of meat. We can all support each other. We can all be there for each other. Boy, I really was bad at centering that, wasn't I? It's another one of them things through life that, you know, there are plenty of things that a guy does in life that, you know, he may not want to do or but you do it anyway, you know? And it's important to understand how much mental stability can mean to people, to yourself. It's not an easy thing to do, to reach out to people sometimes, or to you know, look for that help, but it is very important to get it. There's no embarrassment needed. There's nothing like that. It's a very normal thing. We're human beings. We're social creatures. We need that interaction. We need that support. It's the way we were designed. It's It's just very important. Don't downplay the importance of it, just like you wouldn't downplay the importance of your psychological state in survival. It's no different whether you're surviving in the urban jungle of day-to-day life, or whether you're out there on a show like Alone and you're trying to keep your mental state of mind right. It's all important. But yeah, that's my take on it. I'm not going to ramble on too much more about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the little spin on it. Try to relate it in such a way that I think people would understand. But yeah, I'm going to get this steak off there. We'll get her on a plate and have a few bites and see what she's about. So here we have it. Big old beautiful